All right, y'all. So I want to bring this conversation right back because now we're going to have a male perspective. Can you let the cousins know who you are?
Hey, how y'all doing, cousins? My name is Marcellus. Here new in the city of Charlotte. I'm going to present the male perspective just as the male that I am. You know, I feel like I am both, you know, omega male, not alpha male, but omega, you know.
Ooh, what's omega?
Well, I feel you have to have, you know, recognize both sides, your male and feminine,
okay,
to being of who you are.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You're able to be soft when you need to be, and definitely be strong and stand where you need to be, when you have to be.
Okay.
You know, and I end up getting into that here and there when it comes to the whole submit or leader and things like that. You know, a good leader also listens to the people who are following him, because you can't see everything from all angles.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So a good man going to, you know, have a good woman who he respects her decision, he respects her mindset, and how she sees things.
Okay.
And allow her to have some input on it. He might have the final say.
Yeah.
But he gonna take in consideration what she got to say before he leads him in a direction.
Okay.
Whenever you can. There are gonna be certain things where man needs to be a man. It doesn't matter what you're saying, woman. That's what we're doing.
Okay.
But we have different sight.
So listen.
So that's me.
We were having a conversation about sorry y'all. We were having a conversation and the conversation was like basically saying men got a lot of sperm, basically. You know what I'm saying?
The biology of the man does not show that he should be monogamous to one woman. And how, you know, we, as women, we, you know, release the one, maybe 2 eggs a month. But men can ejaculate multiple millions of sperm each time. So, yeah, and I was just, in my mind, and in my, you know, what I feel to be true is that, you know, yes, a man can be monogamous, but if you think about the biology of it, it goes a little deeper than that. So.
Okay. And how you felt about it?
I understand from that perspective. If we come in from a perspective where it was, I guess it was a time where we, and I feel like if it was a time where one man had to be responsible for like creating like communities, that means it was a shortage. But as it stands for the men right now, I don't believe it's not really like even wise for them to be with multiple people, because it's like you're not pleasing them. So what's the purpose of now, today, in 2023?
And you were talking about
you can't even
pleasure.
You're not even making one woman orgasm. So what is your purpose in 2023 of being with multiple women? If you have a hard time making one woman,
so
you have a hard time providing for one family or one woman, so why would you try to have multiple?
Okay, so we wanted to bring a man on, y'all, so he could give y'all a man perspective. Like, what's your perspective as a man?
Okay. It's a really interesting dynamic between both of the young ladies here. I feel what Fia is saying is definitely true as far as what men are, how we were designed to be, you know, and what that is. But then there's also the modern version of where we are now today, which this young lady is talking about. And, you know, not to put on the ladies, but that some of that comes down to the choice of the men you're dealing with, because I definitely believe that every man doesn't deserve that. Those are males. Doesn't deserve to have the choice of men and women, or to exercise options, or to be in a situation. When I was young in my life, I got a chance to go to Senegal. And when I was in Senegal, we stayed a day with a Muslim woman and her family, a Muslim girl and her family. And her father had two families, two wives. The house was connected in the back. The mother, the other mother, and the daughter all connected to make the dinner and the meal that we all ate together. When you, in Islam, and I'm not Islamic, but in Islam, you can have multiple wives, but you have to be able to provide for all those wives. Because you're looking at it, you know, we get kind of westernized into what it is now, monogamy and all this, but if you are a man who is capable to satisfy a woman, you know, sexually is really last when it comes to the furtherance of our people and just of what sex and everything is about as humans, like keeping the species going. But you can civilize them, support them, protect them, provide, stimulate mentally, you know, in all those other ways spiritually, and be that leader. then there's many women out here who are uncovered.
Okay, now you said you don't think all men deserve that.
Like they don't.
Like what type of men you would say don't deserve that?
Men who are not about doing whatever they need to do in order to take care of whatever they provided for, protected for, claim as theirs. That's first and foremost.
Okay.
And that don't mean I'm getting in the street or whatever. If that has to be, then that's what it is.
Right.
You do what you have to do. But, you make commitments to people. When you start families or whatever, you have to be able to take care of that. Be a man of your word. What you say you do, try your ass off to get there.
Right.
You do what you have to do. You are a man of respect and of standards, and you carry yourself as such. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I feel a man is. That's what my father showed me. You know what I mean? And those men, if you happen to have kids with different women, whatever, it'd be great if you could all be in the same household. Somehow the mothers could put it aside, but that's into the women that you select to have children with. If you could select the right women, they would understand it. What's most important is all of your children. I loved you that much to have children with you, knowing you had other children by other women. I love your children that much, and what we raised to. I'm going to get along with them. We're going to work things out to have collective income. You and your 3 children's mothers all in the same household. There's 4 incomes. There's child care. There's nurturing. There's knowledge. There's homeschool. There's all types of things I feel like in the black community we could be doing because we at war out here.
I believe that too, but that's where you lost me when you said 4 incomes. If you gonna be trying to have them families, my man, you better have your doctorate, masters to be able to provide for them. And that's where I feel like our community lack. Like the men want that, but they don't strive for that, and it's like really no reason. It's all about ambition because there's too many trades they can go after. Even if you don't want to get a degree, it's trades you can have. It's things that men could do to provide for their families in a way that they want. If they want to have multiple families, they could, but I feel like people in our culture is like more of a look than actually like doing.
Or they might even be just stemming into sexual. Oh, I'm gonna have a threesome or this and this and it. And it's more for me. It's more than that. Like if that I'm gonna choose to do that, we all coming together as this is the community. This is a collective, and we're doing this. We got a common goal in mind. All of that, like
And it's like even if a man was young and he had like women that agreed to do that, the man still won't even strive to be like, all right, well, I got women that's down, they willing to have my kid and willing to work with me. He still won't even strive to go ahead and use the free college to go on and get your degree, go on and level up with the women. Like they don't even do that.
Man for that position.
That's
an honor.
That's like they getting a pimp.
But that's the thing. That's when women hold sex, women hold childbirth. Okay. So if that man has not reached that caliber and that quality, why is he touching you without a condom? Why is he touching you
I think
anyway?
like when it comes to polygamy, because that's basically what we're talking about now.
I'm not saying I'm a polygamist, but I'm just saying as far as
when it comes to polygamy, I think, like you said, from the Muslim aspect, like they might have multiple wives, but that man is taking care of all of those wives. Right. He's not like. Well, he's supposed to, but I would say, from my opinion, when I look at polygamy, I think that if you are going to be in polygamy, I do think, as a man, you need to be able to take care of all 4 of those women. Like, now in today's society, she probably got a job, she probably going to work, she probably getting her own money doing that. Yeah, women are doing that now. But even without that, you should be in a situation to where you're going to be able to you got to provide for.
And it depends on the setup. It depends on the setup. Because again,
a small job or something.
Yeah.
Something around the house, something you do online or whatever. I feel that. And that's why I think it goes back to still always, men got to be men and be of quality and value to get these women. And sometimes I see where women are making men be of a certain standard of quality before they give themselves to them or get in these situations. And therefore, then you're asking the man to be someone other than he was when you met him.
Right.
When you started dealing with him.
Right.
And that's not how things work. Some men need to be sexless. Some men need to be childless.
Yep.
They don't deserve that.
Right.
If it's a value that a lot of women want to walk around in their grace and in their queen and whatever, and claim certain things, you have to be that. You know what I'm saying? Or at least not let men who aren't of that level get to where they have this hold on you. You know what I mean? And it's you know, love, emotion, all that stuff happen. I'm talking of as you walk into things with your eyes open, you know, you can't expect someone to change after you get with them. You can't expect them to change after you give them a child. They're not going to change.
Right. I think you should make sure they got qualities that you're looking for before you even be like, you're my man. Y'all need to be friends if they ain't got those type of qualities.
Shows themselves to be of an exemplary caliber to where, you know, if there was another situation, he's holding that down also. That's different. That's polygamy, but that'll be, I'm taking care of it so well that I don't care what he does in his time while I'm not with him. Me and my kids, we're good. You know what I mean? That would be that type of situation.
Right.
That first situation, that man needs to be of something, man. This world out here is dangerous. It's violent. It's a wilderness out here. You have to pick a man where he puts you in a situation you could be in talking about.
Right.
I was just going to ask, how can we tie that into the divine feminine,
he's taking
divine
care
masculine?
of those things that a woman shouldn't have to take care of.
Right.
If you working an online job, you working something with the kids, you're doing something around your crafts or something that you like to do, shouldn't have to be out here in this world dealing with these things also.
Right.
A perfect situation, but a man should strive, if he's going to be that, you know, to strive for that. You know, and I know with the economy and stuff, men need 50-50, but 50-50 ain't 50-50. I feel like the man should always be.
Yeah, the man don't need. Why would a man need 50-50 in society? It don't matter if man don't never have to hold down. He ain't gonna go hard and try to further your education.
Some people ain't got that.
I know. That's what I'm saying, and it's not enough of that in our in a lot of our community.
I could just pick like, okay, so the women, just like what they say, survival of the fittest. Don't pick the ones that's not fit.
Yeah,
because so that you're not procreating more of that.
Like, it's trades out here. Like you can't even like this. Them like the Spanish, them Mexicans come here. They can build this whole goddamn complex. Yeah. Why? They ain't go to school for that shit. They were showed that. We don't have that in our community, so it ain't even about the education. It's about applying knowledge and applying it, and we don't have that. So it was like,
hold on, he said
bad out here.
It'd be 10-15 minutes in one house though.
Huh?
It'd be 10-15 minutes in one house.
It do be that, but they credit up and they money up.
It do be 10 to 15 Mexicans in one house, but
they don't have to live
this
like
thing about Mexicans.
They don't have to live
it be 10 to 15. Wait. It be 10 to 15 of them, but the next month is only gonna be 14. The next month is gonna be 13 because as a goal, when they're in that household, they're working to get each other out of that household. They're building businesses, shopping with each other.
It's unity. It's unity. A lot of what our community does not have. They come together.
And they coming up even right here in Charlotte. Right here in Charlotte, the Hispanic community is buying up, I believe it was like 40% of buying, like the Hispanic is buying up. Like when I'm looking at homeowners, it's so many, like they are. And again, like they ain't, all of them houses ain't 10. But like she said, that's how they start off until everyone gets on there, get their own, and they all be building it.
I feel like they have a different mindset. A lot of foreigners of mine, I got a lot of friends of mine from the islands and from Haiti, and they work together, and we'll live together because of necessity. You ain't got a house, you can't get a place. You living there is 5 in the living room because you don't have the money. But when you get the money, we want to separate. And now, I don't listen to them. I don't want to share with them. You're not listening. If you stay in the same home, y'all can each pay $200 a month, and you're saving the rest of your check. So when you move out with a power move and get a crib or get some land or do something. Instead, it's like we don't want to get along enough to understand it's a mutual benefit to stay together in multi-generational households.
And that's what I try to tell people.
I'm not listening to my father. Since I turned 18, I'm moving out. Not understanding that they giving you a foundation.
Sometimes the parents be like, when you 18, you getting out.
Because they learn that law also.
But now that we know that, what are we doing to apply that? Are we trying to?
It's you.
Are you? Yeah, I know. Like me personally, I've asked family, like, look, let's come together and get it compounded.
We have to normalize it.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I know
that'd be dope.
I know.
But listen, y'all, this is a good conversation, y'all. Hold on. We got to bring it right on back. Okay, we're going to talk about that too, if we got enough time left. But listen, we talking about divine feminine energy. And since we have a man on the platform with us, I want to talk about patriarchy.
Okay.
Like, what's y'all thoughts on patriarchy? And what, you know what? Before we get into the thoughts, let me get a definition in case y'all cousins don't know what patriarchy is. A system of society or government in which the father or eldest male is head of the family and descent is traced through the male line. The thematic relationship of the ballad are worked out according to the conventional archetypes of the patriarchy. A system of society or government in which men hold the power and women are largely excluded from it. The dominant ideology of patriarchy.
Okay.
So
you want to know
what question you got for me? I mean, that's the definition.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready.
So, like, do you feel like patriarchy changed of how things are now? Because it's like, I've been seeing a lot of podcast videos, and that's why I brought patriarchy up. Because I'm a podcaster, so I watch podcast videos. Right. And I've been watching some male podcast videos that got a lot of things to say about women. And I don't take you as that type of person, because just from the energy and the conversation we done had. But, yeah, like, I don't know. What's your thoughts on patriarchy? Like, first of all, do you believe that patriarchy is something that actually happened? And do you believe that female powers were taken from them because of patriarchy?
Okay, I mean, patriarchy is a fact. I mean, that's definitely been how some societies have been run. You asked me, do I think that women's power is taken away?
Are we talking about in America?
I feel like now it's more of patriarchy is going away in America. See, but historically, if you're saying the women's power is taken away,
I think it's going away too.
That you're not having their power, you're being taken away from you.
Yeah.
I feel like women are more powerful now than ever. If you look around, women have more power and say so than ever in life before. The women in the 30s and 40s, they wash clothes and do what they did and stay in the house. Y'all are doing podcasts and doing all types of things, selling homes, owning homes, doing any profession that a man does. Y'all have more power and say, and there's some industries where it's majority of women. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I feel like it may be even going too far, because I don't think women are necessarily...
They lost the balance?
I think the balance has definitely been lost.
Okay.
And I feel like, personally, women in power, in some ways, in certain situations, they can be so... I'm a boss, that they don't have that soft side. They lost that soft side. And I feel like men that were in power, they still understood that they're female employees, they have children. They may have, periods, they may have whatever.
No, they didn't.
Well, and that's your situation. I've seen it.
No, it's not my situation. That's just the fact of the United States.
Yeah. I mean, there's generalities and then there's situations, but yes, there's patriarchy. Women obviously in the past they didn't have the power, but I feel like right now women they have all the power, and they're trending.
Yeah, right. I think patriarchy has changed. Yeah, I think like
women have infiltrated.
This country is ran by men. The president is a man.
It's ran by men, but now I'm starting to see that. I do think it's starting to be reversed, and now they getting mad and angry because it's really starting to.
They're giving the power back to the rightful owners, which is the women, and they're putting.
You can't go and say the patriarchy was bad, and then you want it to be a matriarchy where they got to do what you say, because that's not cool.
It's what's right for all of humanity. See, that's where ego come in.
That's a mindset.
That's where the male ego come in at, because it's not about
the female ego wanting to be in control of everything.
It's not. It's because when a woman is controlled, we're more fair.
Who said that? Who said that?
Look how
I'm just saying, who said that?
Because with patriarch, we just are able to have maternity leave and women's rights That's women. Like the patriarch, we didn't have none of that.
Men made those laws to have that for women.
Why? Because we had to fight for it. We had to fight for that.
And it was granted.
But they didn't just give it to them.
We had to fight.
Women were not working back then. Women were not working back then. So
it don't matter. Like women had to be on the front line to get right.
From patriarchy was this to we gonna get all the power back and now it's matriarchy. That's not going to make anyone happy.
Well, that's what's happening. They're giving them.
What I'm saying is, listen.
I'm saying it's coming from. This is what a white man told me.
Why you listening to a white
man? He's like, I'm listening. Look, I'm coming from a real, like what we talking about, from in a union. I ain't even coming from a spiritual, coming from a black woman. This is coming from. Yeah, I was a secretary, and this is what he said. Now, this is what's going on in the corporate. So when you talk about matriarch versus patriarch, the patriarch, no, they've been failed. So what they're saying is, and this is what the white man told me, he was like, we're giving the power back to women because us men have ran amok. We really did. We fucked up everything. This is what he told me.
So how I feel about the situation is, I feel like it is being reversed. Like, I feel like women are taking up more of their positions as far as power, because like before, you know, women were in power in the beginning, and men and women were looked at as equals also. You know what I'm saying? Women had a power and men and women were equal. And then I feel like when patriarchy came about, it put it as men are above women and women are beneath. But before patriarchy, it wasn't like that. Now, I don't feel like it's reversed and we should be like, oh, fuck men, it's all about our power. Right. I don't feel like that. But I do believe that now, I don't know what happened with time, but it's being reversed back to where she's saying the rightful owner. She means like women were the original ones of it. And it got taken away from women when patriarchy came. I don't feel like, oh, we're above men. I honestly feel like we're on the balance. We balance each other out, but we aren't beneath them either. Like, we hold a certain power, they hold a certain power, and together it blends perfectly. Like, that's how I feel about patriarchy.
Well, I just want to be clear to just put a stamp on the end of that.
Okay.
I'm not sitting here saying that men should rule over women and there's no like fairness and anything like that. When I was talking before, I'm talking about leadership of a family and situation. If a man is righteous, there are certain things in this world, you know, we strip it on down where a man should lead. He should provide and protect and direct. And if a man is not trusted to do those things, that's not a man you need to be with.
Right.
Okay? Because without the civilized world, there is protection that's provided that need to be done by the man while the woman's with the children. All these boss women and these women that are in these positions, how are their families doing? Do they even have children? Are they here on their purpose? A lot of them don't have children who are these corporate giants and all that other stuff. They're not married. They're not doing what their purpose is to keep the civilization, to keep society and humans going.
Right.
Okay, so that's all what I would say with that. So when I don't necessarily believe that it was women had the power to start when they were. I don't necessarily believe all that, but that's another thing.
Right.
But as far as patriarchy and matriarchy, I feel like we need more women in power to balance out the men, because there are men and women in this world.
And I feel like what you said too when you was like, men are the leaders. And then when you also said a good leader knows how to listen. You know what I'm saying? I put two and two together. Like, I think men are leaders. They could be leaders, but I also think it's that woman behind them too that's like, that woman gonna put that plan into motion. He might just be like, babe, I wanna go open up a hookah lounge. And he just told her the idea. The woman gonna be the one that's gonna bring that idea forward. Like, okay, this is what we about to do. You know what I'm saying?
And they know that. Like, when a man reigns, when they sit on that throne is feminine. Like, it's not, they reign through, like, the queen is appointing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not diminishing the power, but understand your role. Like, your role, like, that's why patriarch fell, is because their ego is like, matriarch wins because we understand our power, and it's like almost like the goddess Kalima. It's like we can humble ourselves. It's because we know we have this great power, but at the same time, we know how to humble ourselves. But you're not going to have that ego and think that you're your masculine strength and power can like overrule us, because you can't. Like
I think with matrix, even with
ego, when you say women rule, is that what I mean?
It's not what I'm. It's not what I'm saying that women rule. That what I'm saying is not women rule. What I'm saying is when women rule is more fair versus when men rule is like they completely knock out the woman and it's all about like patriarch is not fair. It's all about a one system and a one this versus matriarch is like, all right, I'm gonna let you rule, my man, my son, my king, my whoever.
Hey cousins, it's your girl Goddess 7, and listen, this commercial break is actually sponsored by me. Y'all make sure y'all go to Amazon and get this manifestation journal, 369 21-day manifestation journal. I'm gonna help you manifest all of your dreams, everything that you're inspiring. I'm gonna help you get there. I'm gonna guide you in this journal. Make sure y'all go check out Amazon Prime. The link is in the description. Go get your journal.